Why is it, bud? Every time I pull the formwork out, you think you want to come through there. What's the matter, hey? So here we go. Um, she's looking quite good. It would be nice if the bluestone pavers weren't about the same colour as the concrete. Cat's always a bit confused and perplexed by the whole "what are you doing to my house" thing. Got a few little runs here. That should come out fairly easy. There's a particular chemical which I don't want to use in here, which will get that out. Because said chemical's likely to eat the stone away. But that's all damp, so I might actually just go and get a like a scrubbing brush, which I don't really have, but I do have some wire brushes, and I do have a sponge, which might be good enough. This was all poured not so long ago, but you can see here, bang, 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 bang. We're fairly consistently keeping this wall as pavers when the light wants to play ball there. So it's not it's a bit of a disappointment that it's sort of the same colour as the concrete, but it is a little bit darker, a little bit bluer. Yeah, it's sort of turning out how I had hoped, how the majority of this wall's going to be, mainly pavers, but I just had the O there to indicate the outer side, so to speak, one that was facing me. I'd pick the one that was slightly dirtier, which wouldn't make sense to you, but when you got to get mortar to bond, trust me, you know what side you should have, and that's the side that has got to bond the best at. But unfortunately we had to use expansion foam, which actually goes right down to the bottom, I believe, because I was trying to stop mortar running out, and I've stuck a bit of stick on the inside, and then created a void when I pulled it out. So I had to do that, and then I realised this upper part I had nothing. It was just a hollow blasted hole, and I thought, well, that's not going to work at all unless I set up formwork outside, which I've got nothing to really set it against, other than whacking wood in the screws, and then what? I've got the blasted, the firebrick layer, which is as soft as hell on the other side, and I don't really want to. Yeah, this one that kept rocking around that I originally mortared in, and then I tried to mortar a second time, and it still rocked around. Now I've done it a third time, and it's actually bloody worked. I am buggered to know why it didn't bond, except for the fact that there's probably one obvious reason. I just touched it too much, and it just broke the bond because I kept touching it before it had set. But when you're trying to, you got this in the way, touching it and everything, these things seem to happen. Also, I was trying to put a brick directly behind it and mortar that brick on it. In that, I think I unsettled it the first time. But anyway, it doesn't matter now, because these are bonded against that. And it mightn't look like it, but there's a bloody lot of mortar in behind this. And even down the back in behind this, instead of going in backwards, not flat where it's touching at the top. This is actually more or less... Originally it was out on an angle like that, so it's actually fuller at the bottom, and then it comes up to nothing at the top. But what are you getting all excited for? Hey? I'm going to have this all... Oh, well, you can't bond mortar to bloody cat fur. This is getting bad now. Anyway, I'm going to try to make formwork on both sides to basically bring it up to about this level here. And then we should be right, and I'll pour that today, and that should be pretty much all of this wall done. I have a hope of using the last couple. Bloody hell, that cat's insane. It just went straight up the blooming mattress, just vertical, just like that. I hope to use the last remaining pavers, and there's another one around the corner there, to fill in this and this. Yeah, I'm going to have to put a bit of polystyrene or something to block in where the firebrick's going to be at a later point as well. But yeah, we're quickly heading towards things. I would have thought that this would be expansion foam, but that was going to run out to nothing. So the expansion foam isn't on the inner side, it's actually on the outer side. So it's, yes, it's touching here, but only just within the last, quarter inch or something. So, and that's only, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I might tap all this off just to break this off, because that's only about not much more than probably 28 hours old. So yeah, anyway, there we go, just to try and give me a flat face instead of these stupid lips here, and try and clean this up a bit, and we'll see how we go with that, and then I'll set up my formwork and we should have that completely blocked in, including I want to try and get a bit here to here. There's something I have noticed with this. It's all right to stick formwork in to a place that has pockets and fill it up, but you're best to fill those pockets up first. But even if it's a larger at the bottom and thinner at the top, that's all right. Then you try to get the formwork with a paver laying up against it, where it's almost touching at the top, or it's a half inch at the top, and you got a big blasted 2.5 inch void at the bottom, and oh shit, you are never going to fill it. Wow. There's some lessons to be learnt, including the fact that I probably should have got a good piece of form ply, of which I have 5 big sheets, and put it in here from day one, and laid the bricks up close to it and poured, sand and cement directly against them from day one. You really need to have formwork and stuff filled in the middle, because this whole idea of, well, I'll just build bricks up and that, and then I'll create formwork, and then you got all these different size voids. The bigger stuff always seems to be at the bloody bottom. If you're going to do anything, build it that way and put the formwork there. For the love of God, don't build it that way and put the formwork there, because you'll never fill the bloody hole in the bottom. Unless you're going up, blasted 4 inches at a time, in which case I haven't been going up much more than about 8 inches at a time. Still a pain in the arse. But it's so hard just to try and get all this mortar to render up against the back of this stuff, and then put this in without the mortar falling off first, because the mortar doesn't like standing about 8 inches tall, just being rendered on with no chicken wire, nothing to hold it, and it's not really render mix, it's actually mortar mix, so it doesn't really like to play ball that much. Anyway, I better get on with the day.